What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's YouTube video. It is summer shredding, I think episode 7. So we've been at this for a little while, but just woke up basically just a little bit after 6 a.m. I'm gonna go for a walk here in a second. And one thing I've changed, I've been going on the walks with no noise. I say no noise, but like no audiobook, no podcast, no music. But I did start reading a book, a story brand or something like that. So I'm gonna do an audiobook in the morning, just because it's not like it's a waste of time. I think 20 minutes getting out of nature is like amazing, but I do want to be more productive. And I think like sometimes my brain is already thinking like work business wise. So might as well make it more productive in the morning by listening to a book on the morning walk. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm like half awake right now. But we did all of our like kind of morning activities of daily living is what I'm gonna call them from now on. But one thing that kind of frustrated me is my scale's been acting up. So you guys probably won't be able to see this, or it might be weird, but essentially when I step on the scale, I normally actually have it outside, like in the bedroom, but it just has been reading differently depending on where it is. So obviously 177.2 with all my clothes on and the camera, probably closer to like 170, but when I have it on the hardwood floor over there, it reads like 168 in the morning. So I actually just went on Amazon and just ordered a brand new scale, because I'll be honest, I've had that one for, gosh, as long as I can remember, probably 5 or 6 years now. So I'm just gonna assume, okay, hey, like after enough time, it's just like a $20 scale, it's not gonna be perfect. So I ordered a new one. So basically we're gonna start fresh no matter what that new scale says, that's gonna be my new weight. Because once again, it's not like I actually gained 3 pounds, it's just the scale's been inaccurate or misrepresenting my current weigh-in. So I'm gonna get the new scale. If the new scale says I'm higher, if it says I'm lower, no worries, we're just gonna go based on the new weigh-ins or the new rate of weight loss on the new scale. So that's just one quick update. And then, this is funny, I didn't even plan for this because today's Friday, and normally steak night is Wednesday, but I actually had just a super busy Wednesday and did not cook my steak. So we do have a steak to cook tonight. So the steak chronicles continue, but I think this one I'm gonna do a little bit less like thought, because the very first steak I ever cooked in here was the best one and I didn't know what I was doing. And now I'm trying all these techniques and all this stuff, but I'm gonna keep it super simple tonight. We're gonna just do avocado oil, ripping hot pan, 1.5 minutes each side, let it rest, then go from there. So without further ado, I'm gonna go head on my morning walk and I'll see you guys for breakfast. Made it back from the morning walk. Just, I cannot stress it enough. If you can get outside 10, 15 minutes, see the sun, get some low angle sun and get some steps in, I think just sets you up for the day. And yes, it does take some time, but if it's a priority, you're gonna get it done. So I cannot recommend that enough. And once again, I realize how blessed I am to be able to have the walk I do, but even just in the neighborhood, even just in your backyard, we got the toast that just popped up, just something is better than nothing. So if you can get to see the sun a little bit, once again, if you need to wake up a little bit earlier, or just when you go to your car, take a quick 5 minutes to walk around the neighborhood, whatever it is, just please try to implement it and see how you feel. I can almost guarantee you're gonna feel better. But without further ado, we're gonna have our breakfast. So I did actually just film a full day of eating yesterday, which will be up on the channel on Monday, and this video will be out Thursday. So if you wanna see exactly what I eat, weighed out to the gram, the exact macros, check that video out. I'll also go over a rough guesstimate, because I do now have some numbers to go with it. But we're gonna have our 4 eggs here. So we got 4 eggs, Trader Joe's, just regular large brown eggs, nothing crazy there. For those, we're gonna use a little bit of butter in our pan. We're gonna have some sourdough bread. Since these are small pieces, we're gonna do 2 small pieces, 1 big piece. We've got our bell peppers, and we're gonna have 2 oranges. This orange looks a little sus, so I'm gonna cut it open and see, but I think it might be bad. So we're gonna have that one just in case. And that's breakfast. Super simple, a breakfast I've been having consistently. You guys have pretty much seen it every single vlog, so I feel like at this point, like, I don't know, there's not much else to explain. It's just something that I personally love. The eggs toast combination is phenomenal. That's all I can say. But I'll whip everything up, and then macros, let's see. I actually have the macros from yesterday, so I can actually read those to you guys today. But, oh, gotta pull this up. So, and once again, these will vary like a little bit, especially since yesterday I had ground beef, but tonight I'll have steak. Let's see, 623 calories and 34 grams of protein. That's meal number 1. Oh, and of course, as we make breakfast, we're gonna watch some Good Mythical Morning, best show on the internet. And that's what breakfast is looking like. We got our eggs and toast, bell pepper, orange. Literally could eat this every single morning, without a doubt. Also, a couple packages right there. Oops, sneak peek. Video coming soon, review coming soon. Another tech thing that I'm very excited about. And then honestly, That right there, although it is Friday, that's gonna be home base for pretty much all day. I have a lot to do. I will take you guys to the workout because I feel like if I don't film the workout today, you guys are just gonna not really get a great vlog because I'm gonna besides the workout, and also Katie's gone. So that's another big thing where like when Katie's gone, I'm just like work mode. Because when Katie's here and she doesn't have to study, we try to do things. But when Katie's up in Kettering, finishing up her PA school program, I can just go ahead and just like zone in, do as much work as I can. I got some YouTube videos edit. The video I filmed yesterday, I need to edit. I need to make some content. I need to do some content research. I need to do some coaching updates. There's just so much I need to do. And the fact that hopefully tomorrow we can go and play pickleball and Katie will come back in the evening, maybe do a little date night. Like I want free time then. So today's gonna be an extremely work heavy. And then hopefully once again, we'll do the steak night tonight. If I get enough done, I might try to pull out a movie, just relax a little bit, something like that. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna eat breakfast. I'll see you guys once again. I'm gonna work for a while. We'll go to the gym. I'll take you guys to that. We'll obviously do our physique check update and stuff like that. So yeah, stay tuned for the workout, physique check, happy scale updates or like body weight updates, steak night, and then potentially a little solo movie night, depending on how much work I get done, because it might end up turning into a work night as well. But we'll have to wait and find out. See you guys soon. And we got a nice little time skip, time to get ready for the gym. It is 10:48, so yeah, probably about 3 hours of work down so far, which is a good thing, but I will say, if I'm being completely honest, I do not want to go to the gym at all right now. I just want to keep working, but I also know for me, if I wait any longer, I'm just not going to go at all versus kind of tell myself, hey, Jack, just go do, basically my little hack is say, hey, just do 2 or 3 exercises. That's it. That's all you have to do. Go to the gym, do some RDLs, do some leg press or some leg extensions, do some calves and leave. So that's basically my plan right now. I do not feel like working out. Maybe the caffeine will kick in. Maybe once I get there, it'll help. But yeah, I just don't feel like working out right now. I just want to honestly sit at my desk. I was in a really good flow state doing some work, but I also realized, as I mentioned, like if I wait past noon, I just won't go. I'll have my next meal. I won't want to go to a busy gym at like 5 p.m. and I won't go at all. So I'm going to kind of make myself go now. Just say, hey, we're just going to do 2 sets of RDLs. We're going to do 2 sets of leg extensions. We're going to do some calves and then come home. Best case, I do more than that. Worst case, I do that. It takes me a half hour and I'm back here. But I will say I'd say 80, 90% of the time I end up doing the full workout. And obviously, once again, I'm not filming today, so I guess it's a little extra motivation. So I can almost guarantee I'm going to do more than that. Plus, I need to film the physique update for you guys. So I kind of have to go regardless, which is kind of sometimes a good thing in filming these clips. But yeah, we're having our creatine, there you go, creatine and bulk from Transparent Labs. Code Perez saves you 10% off. I pretty much take these 2, my multivitamin, fish oil, protein, every single day. I have a bunch of supplements. I don't know if you guys can see this. Up here, I have my supplement stack, things like that. But I've been working with Transparent Labs, gosh, for what, like, I think coming up on like 4 or 5 years now. I feel like I'm just like, Transparent Labs is me and I am Transparent Labs. It's just what I've been using forever and pretty much what I got the rest of my family, friends hooked on as well. My dad's taken, my brothers, stuff like that too. But without further ado, if you want to get anything, link down below in the description. Code Perez saves you 10% checkout. But yeah, let's head to the gym. Even though we don't want to, we're gonna put our smile on our face and go get it done because we want to grow.
and that's a wrap on the workout. We end up doing everything except for, what was it? I think I do adduction or abduction. I forget which one I do on this day, but we did the RDLs, we did the leg extensions, we did the single leg press, we did the calf raises. So got everything done, 2 sets of everything. Sometimes I'll do 3 sets on the leg extension, the calf raise. But today, honestly, like, I'm glad I got it all done, but I still didn't really want to be here. It was one of those things where I didn't really set any PRs. I matched a bunch of PRs, or I guess like personal bests, and all of last week's numbers as far as like 7 and 6 reps on the RDLs, 11 and 10 reps on the leg extension. Actually, the single leg press was up, but if you want to be humbled by an exercise, the single leg press is so heavy. Like I can normally do, I think, like 4 or 5 plates aside with both legs, but I can literally do, you guys saw, like 1 plate aside and a 10 for the single leg press is enough. So if you want to be humbled, go ahead, try the single leg press, and you'll get humbled real quick. Also, I feel like I look super orange in this lighting, but you know what, no one's in here, and I just want to crank this out so we can go home and eat and go right back to work. Because honestly, right now, I'm really loving what I'm doing as far as helping clients, making content, learning about, once again, growing a business, making improvements to the content I do make. I'm trying to rewrite a bunch of client protocols, or SOPs, standard operating procedures, to make sure that all my clients get the best from me and my attention and everything else. So lots of work to do, but very exciting stuff. And I'll admit, I'll probably end up doing that till this evening. But I did forget, one of my friends actually is proposing to his girlfriend tonight. They're doing a little like post-engagement party, so I'll definitely be going to that. But I'll probably, like, once again, cook my steak, sign off, and then walk to that, because it's actually in Covington where I live. So that's actually kind of perfect for me. But real quick, let's go ahead and dive into Happy Scale. So the app I'm gonna throw up over here, I'll scoot over a little bit, is called Happy Scale. It's what I've been using to track my weight for probably almost 2 years now. I love it. It's very convenient. You can set reminders to remind you in the morning, but it's great. It is what it is. It's free, which is awesome. But you guys can see right here, we've got average weight loss of right around 1 pound per week as of lately. But you guys know last week it was up closer to 2 pounds, and I was like, that's a little bit too quick. And then this past weekend, celebrated the girlfriend's birthday, and then you guys see I'm actually missing a weigh-in on the 16th. That was the Sunday after we went out and did a pedal wagon and drank and ate with her. So my weigh-in probably would have been like in the 170s for that, and then came back down. But I actually woke up late. I drank some water and forgot to weigh myself. So that's why we're missing that 1 weigh-in. And right now we're right on track for about 1 pound per week, which is right where I want to be, because right now our trip to Charleston is planned for, I believe, August 14th. I think we're going down to Charleston. So that's kind of like my deadline-ish for like the 160 mark. If I hit a little bit earlier, perfect, I'll just maintain. And then I'm pretty sure I'll hit it beforehand. But 160 is the goal by Charleston, which is August, I think, 14th. We just booked our trip. But yeah, everything's going well. We'll head over to the reports. As you can see, low weigh-in, 168.0, 1.3 pounds down per week on average, and then recently closer to 1, but I think that's due to the higher weigh-ins after Saturday. And then honestly, nothing coming up. We have a couple weddings later in like August and stuff like that, but until now in Charleston, there's no really crazy events or weekends I'll be drinking or eating really off track or anything like that. So we're just gonna keep grinding things out. As I mentioned, we're getting a new scale tomorrow, hopefully. So the weights might adjust if it's a new scale, it just like might have different accuracy. Hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, like I said, we're just gonna go ahead, roll with it. If it bumps me up to like 170 or bumps me down to 165, whatever it is, we're just gonna go ahead and continue to get leaner. And the goal, once again, I have a rough number of 160 at the moment, but that could definitely change if I feel like 162. All right, cool, I'm healthy, I'm good, I don't need to cut anymore. Or maybe I wanna drop just below 160. So when I do refeed, start to refuel, I go from like 158 to 160 once I have my glycogen storages refilled, I have more water and sodium and stuff in my system. But without further ado, let's go home, have our post-workout meal, and see you guys at the apartment. Just made back to the apartment after the gym. Solid day, as I mentioned. Not my best ever. Motivation, as I mentioned, was a little bit low, a little bit lacking. But I mean, once again, I don't think anyone relies strictly on motivation all the time, right? Sometimes it just comes down to discipline, a little bit of the fact that it's a habit that I know I always feel better after I work out. If I would have missed it, I would have beat myself up. Or if I would have skipped it, I would have beat myself up the rest of the day. So sometimes it's just a matter of like getting out of your own head, just doing what you gotta do. As I mentioned, like the laundry I need to do, that'll probably start after this video or after this recording, but we got our post-workout meal. So we've got 2 scoops of the Transparent Labs isolate protein, literally every single day, 2 scoops. It is the simplest thing in the world. If you struggle to get your protein in, have 2 scoops of an isolate protein. Once again, milk chocolate and dark chocolate are my absolute favorite. And it's gonna be, 56 grams of protein right in here for 260 calories. It does not get any easier than that. Let's say for like, your goal is 150. That's over a third of your calories for 260, or that's over a third of your protein, excuse me, for 260 calories. I cannot emphasize it enough, especially the fact that these now taste good, like taste like chocolate milk. Have a protein shake, double scoop it, and you'll be so much closer to your protein goal for the day. Cannot recommend that enough. Also, we're gonna have some blueberries. Probably gonna have about a cup or so, about 200 grams, which I actually weighed out in the last video, so I know how much that is. We also have a Honeycrisp apple, and then about 1.5 servings of cheese. You guys can kind of see that right there. About 1.5 servings of cheese there. And this meal, I think, is right around 600 calories. Once again, I'm kind of guessing on what I did last week, because last week I weighed out everything. I think it's around 600 calories, and I think around 70 grams of protein, because about 56 here, a little bit like 1 or 2 in the apple, 2 or 3 in the blueberries, and then I think 8 or 9 grams per serving of cheese. So that's another, 15 potentially, something like that. Once again, numbers are not perfectly accurate. Go check out that other video with a full day of eating where I weigh out everything. But yeah, the good thing about having consistent meals is I don't have to break out the food scale. I don't have to go into MyFitnessPal every day. I pretty much have the same breakfast and lunch, or I'll say post-workout meal every single day. And then dinner does change. Like whenever I go out with Katie, it's always for dinner. Whenever I have, once again, my steak, it's in place of my ground beef. But this is just so easy. I get to down this, go back to work, which yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. After this, I'm gonna sit down at the desk, probably do work until I can't sit anymore, go for a walk, maybe potentially on the walking pad, but it's nice outside. I wanna work on my tan for the summer, so probably go outside for a nice little shirtless walk, get some sun, get some vitamin D, and also just get some more steps in. But without further ado, I will see you guys at the potential, I guess, when we go for a walk and or when we start to cook our steak. It is time to go for our walk. It is, let's see, 5:13 p.m. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is pull out our steak. We got this right here. This is a Trader Joe's USDA Choice Premium Angus Beef Ribeye Steak. Not grass-fed or grass-finished or anything like that. But once again, it's okay. We got I think, a very good looking steak here. Definitely not as thick as the last one, but still solid. So I'm actually go ahead, set this on the counter, let that come to room temp for about 30 minutes, and that's how long my walk's gonna be. So basically go for a walk, let the steak come to room temperature, come back, cook it. Once again, we're keeping things super simple. Ripping hot pan, salt on the steak, a little bit of avocado oil, and then I think I did I think 2.5 minutes on the last steak. I didn't do 1:30, or no. I'm not like debating with myself. Probably like 1:45 aside, and then maybe a little bit of butter in the pan before we take it off. Yeah, I'm thinking like 1:45. The steak's a little bit thinner, and I think I do want it a little bit more like medium rare. And if I had to pick, I don't know if I'd rather go like a little bit under medium rare, a little bit over. Personally, I think I'd rather go a little bit over medium rare. I think like steak connoisseurs might want to go a little bit under medium rare. But I think I'm gonna do 1:45 aside. I just think based on experience, well, the little experience I do have, that sounds right. But without further ado, I'm gonna go for the walk, and I'll see you guys when we cook up the steak. Fingers crossed. I just I wanna get one, more so than anything, just to prove to myself it's possible. And also so yeah, just to get it right once. And oh, okay, I did 1:45, it worked, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, trial and error. Also, I put some sunscreen on, even though it is 5:15 p.m. because I am very fair skinned. Even though Katie would be like, Jack, you have to wear sunscreen, the UV index is 3. I guarantee you I could still get some redness and some burns. So I just put a little bit on my shoulders and chest, because that's always what I feel like burns. And we're gonna do a shirtless walk because, yeah, why not, right? Aesthetics, more sun exposure, and it's also, I think, 93 degrees outside. So let's go sweat. I'm gonna listen to a podcast with my water. See you guys when we get back. Back from our walk, and now the time has come. It is time to go ahead and cook our steak. We've got our pan over there. Also, so typically I put that on medium high. We're gonna do, yeah, actually it is medium high, yes, because typically I put it out on high. We're gonna do it on medium high and just give it more time to warm up. As that's warming up, we're gonna go ahead, cut into our steak that's been sitting out for pretty much exactly 30 minutes, a half hour, because it is, let's see, 5:47, and we pulled it out 5:13, I think, something like that. So pretty much exactly a half hour. Open that guy up. We're gonna go ahead, and as I mentioned, we're gonna go ahead and plop it down on our, whatever it's called, cutting board, and we're gonna go ahead, dry it off, add some salt, and then be good to go. Hopefully, let's see. That's not too moist. We definitely want to get as much moisture as we can. I'm gonna flip it. Hit the
the other side. And yeah, so we're gonna do, dry both sides, salt both sides. Then we'll go ahead and do a little bit of avocado oil in the pan. We're gonna do 1:45 aside in terms of the actual cook time. And I think I still gonna add a little bit of butter at the end, right before I take it off, or after I flip it once. And we'll just, kind of see how things go. Fingers crossed. And I might try to sear this fat cap, so hopefully you guys can see right there, like this is a very thick piece of fat, so I might try to sear a little bit of that fat off first to just basically like help it cook, get a good sear, assist with the oil. But just one more pat just to make sure it's nice and dry. Also, the amount of different techniques I've seen online are kind of overwhelming. I've seen people that take olive oil and just coat it in olive oil and then add all their seasonings. I've seen like reverse searing, sous vide, all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't even have a meat thermometer, and I know I should probably get one, but honestly, I'm just trying to perfect, hopefully, just the most basic thing there is, which is just like cooking it, searing it. Because like, I'm okay, like, yes, I guess like I would prefer a perfectly medium rare steak, but I'm okay if it's like a little bit above or below medium rare. For me, the biggest thing is just, I don't know, I want to be able to not eyeball it, but like time it, that kind of thing. But yeah, pan, let's go ahead and check, because I do the water test too on the pan. Make sure that the, I guess like water's supposed to dance if it's hot enough. Yep, water's definitely dancing, so let's go ahead and cook a steak. Okay, our pan is nice and hot. As I mentioned, we're going with a 6.5 on the stovetop. That's just more for my personal memory. Oh, we should definitely turn on our vent here. A little bit of avocado oil going down. Okay, a little bit of smoke, but not too bad. I've definitely had worse. That a quick little twist. Boom. Oh, I need to get the butter out too real quick, just to have that set for later. I'll need a nice knife. Okay, cool. So we got that. We're gonna go ahead, as I mentioned, we're gonna go ahead and try to sear the fat cap first, which is basically the bottom portion of this. It's like the side and then the bottom as well. All right, everything should be hot enough, hopefully. Let's go ahead and get it going. All right, so it's been 1:40. We'll go ahead and get ready to flip it. It's probably gonna take me 5 seconds to do that. Boom. Good looking sear. That's actually the best sear I think we've had so far. We're gonna reset that. Also, I feel like I definitely need to get some metal tongs, because I feel like the plastic might burn a little bit. Now what we're gonna do, go ahead, throw in our butter. And once again, this is not thick enough to do like a long basting with, but I think if I do a little bit, it'll be beneficial. Gonna get that to melt. So the biggest thing is I don't want to burn the butter, which I'm pretty sure like it's gonna probably burn regardless, just how hot this is, but maybe if we keep it moving, keep it cooking and grooving. Oh, I didn't start that, shoot. Okay, I'm gonna say it's probably been about 30 seconds. All right, I'm gonna pull at the 1 minute mark on the timer, just because I do think I forgot to start the timer, so I don't know exactly 1:45, but I do think it's plenty hot. All right, so there's a minute. So once again, I'm estimating about 30 seconds before I start the timer. Go ahead, get this guy out. Oh no, I want the steak to rip. Go ahead and put that side down, I guess. I don't really know if that matters either. I almost put that on my phone. That would have been bad. Okay, so I've got that, stop that. Now our steak, we're gonna let it rest for 8 minutes, 7-8 minutes. I think 10 minutes is a little bit too long. So yeah, let's see, fingers crossed. Moment of truth has come. Time to cut in and see how we did. Let's go ahead, right down the middle. It's definitely juicy. I don't think we did too bad. I think it definitely isn't as like red. I'm gonna kind of move this so I can hold this up so you guys can kind of see. I don't think that's too shabby. Like, I mean, it's definitely not super pink in the middle, but I think it's gonna be hard to keep a steak like this really pink in the middle because of how thin it is, but I don't feel like it's overcooked. I feel like it looks pretty good. Let's go and cut another piece. Once again, I'm still no steak connoisseur, but I feel like the crust is pretty solid. Like, once again, you guys actually might need to hear this on mine. Like, it's there. Well, hopefully that could be the salt too. But let's go ahead and just have a bite and see. I think that might be the best. I think we might have done it. I think we might have done it, at least for the thin guys. Because once again, if you guys can see this. The color there. Listen, definitely not red in the middle, but it's definitely tender. I'm gonna call that a little bit over medium rare, but pretty much exactly how I like it. And once again, the ribeye will save the day by just strictly its fat content. But yeah, I'm actually pretty pleased with that. And you can kind of see, I'm gonna keep you showing all these different angles, but at the very bottom here, I think that's the best, like right here on where my thumb is, I think is the best, like looking right there. You can see a little bit of brown, a little bit pink in the middle. All right, so I think potentially around a minute 30 to a minute 45 aside, ripping hot pan, dried, salted, 30 minutes at room temperature. I will say, I think the one that was really pink in the middle, I didn't actually let it sit out for 30 minutes. I maybe thought I did, but it's probably closer to 10 or 15, so that's why it was still like cold in the middle, so it was still red and pink in the middle. But steaks these thin, I don't think we're really get too much redness in the middle, just as is. But yeah, I don't want to say the steak adventures have ended or the steak chronicles are over with, because I'm definitely going to still try to perfect the steak, maybe try some different cuts. For a while, I will say the ribeye is just my absolute favorite. We got some butter. The ribeye is just my absolute favorite because it is a fattier cut of meat, and since I'm only having it once a week, I'm gonna go with a fattier cut of steak when I do it. But we're also gonna have some blueberries on the side, as well as some organic dates, probably like 3 or 4 of those, because I'm not having an avocado like I normally do with my ground beef and avocado meal. So that's gonna be a wrap on the day. Once again, sorry it was kind of boring. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the workout, the physique update and stuff like that, but that's kind of my life right now. I'll admit, like running a business, editing content, once again, I still want to make informative content or fun content, things a little different, but as far as the vlogs go, like I want to be honest with you guys, like this is my real life. But I'm not your typical influencer. I don't survive off of, I guess, like sponsorships and apparel and stuff like that, although I am sponsored by Barbell Apparel and Transparent Labs. It definitely doesn't pay the bills. That's coaching, and if you guys do want help with your goals, fat loss, muscle building, anything like that, definitely apply at the link in the description. But without further ado, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up there. As I mentioned, I'm gonna eat this. I have a friend's engagement party, I guess, or like post-engagement bar hangout. I'm not gonna be drinking or eating anything there, but it is local, so I can walk there and walk back, so we will be getting some more steps in. Right now, we are sitting at 14,000 steps, so I'll probably end up with like, my guess is 16 to 17,000. It's not very far. But yeah, without further ado, that is a wrap on the vlog. Summer Shredding, episode 7 down. Once again, we are getting leaner with that new scale and see how things are going. But now I get to go ahead, eat my medium rare steak, which I'm very happy about. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.